Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. This will be the second lecture on this chapter, location and transportation. Without any delays, we will move on to the presentation. A building's location can directly affect its environmental impact, the health and wellness of its occupant, and carbon footprint. For instance, a building located in New York City may have access to public transit, which not only enhances human wellness through increased walking or bicycling activity, but also reduces the demand for automobile use, thereby reducing greenhouse gas emissions. In the previous lecture, we have covered the first three credits. They are LEED for neighborhood development location, sensitive land protection, then high priority site. In this lecture, we will be covering the surrounding density and diverse uses and access to quality transit. Both have a weightage of 5 scores, and this is a LEED scorecard for building design and construction for the adaptation, new construction and renovation. There is an exception in other adaptations like Orange, etc. that we will learn in detail in the coming slides. The third credit in this category is surrounding density and diverse uses, which have a possible of 5 points. The intent is to conserve the land and protect farmland and wildlife habitat by encouraging the development in areas with existing infrastructure, to promote walkability and transportation efficiency and reduce the vehicle distance travel, to improve public health by encouraging daily physical activity. The intent is very clear from the sentence. Those who want can pause and read out. I will explain the concept. The concept focuses on preserving the untouched land that serve as wildlife habitat while encouraging the development in areas with existing amenities. This approach enhances the public health by promoting walking and daily physical activities, also reduce vehicle travel and thus decreasing the greenhouse gas emission. To achieve this credit, there are two options. The option one is surrounding density, which has 2 to 3 points. The project must locate on a site whose surrounding existing density within a quarter mile. Quarter mile is 400 meter. So the quarter mile radius of the project boundary meet the values in the table. So the table is showing the points for average density within the quarter mile of project site in IP units. So here we have combined density, separate residential and non-residential density, then points which a project can earn for building design and construction except core and shell, for core and shell, and also for points for interior design and construction is also given. Remember one thing, that use either the separate residential and non-residential density or the combined density. Under the combined density, it is given as square feet per acre of the buildable land, and for the separate residential and non-residential density, it's showing residential density in DU per acre. DU is dwelling unit per acre and non-residential density is in FAR. For example, if the project satisfies this criteria, the combined density in square feet per acre of the buildable land is 22,000. The project can earn, if it is in building design construction except the core and shell, can earn 2 points. If it is core and shell, also can earn 2 points. If it is interior design and construction, it can earn up to 3 points. If it is not satisfied this criteria, if it is satisfying this separate residential density 7 or non-residential density 0.5, it can also earn this following scores even though it not satisfied this criteria. I hope it is clear. The table is available on the USGBC's official website. You can go, otherwise you can pause the video and make a note of this. This table is showing the points for average density within the 400 meters of project site in SI units. In the previous slide, we have seen a table which is showing the same data but in IP units. So it is same as the IP unit. So I'm not going in detail with this table. You can pause and watch. Option 2 to achieve this credit is diverse uses. It has a maximum of 1 to 2 points. So the project must construct or renovate a building or a space within the building such that the building's main entrance is within a half mile, that is 800-meter walking distance from the following number of uses. So if the uses, there are 4 to 7 uses available within the walkable distance from the entrance of the project can earn 1 point, and if it is greater than or equal to 8, the project can earn 2 points. So the table is showing the points for proximity to uses, and there are certain criteria or restrictions for the number of uses which we will cover on the second slide. There are also certain restrictions for the use count. They are the following. Number 1, a use count has only one type. For example, a retail store may be counted only once if it sells products in several categories. No more than 2 uses in each use type may be counted. For example, if there are 5 restaurants are within the walking distance, only 2 will be counted, rest won't be counted. Then the counted uses must represent at least 3 of the 5 categories. There are 5 categories that I will explain in the next slide. Solely we have to at least achieve 3 categories from the 5 categories. So these are the categorization of use types. Supermarket and grocery are included in the food retail category. Convenience store, farmers market, hardware store, pharmacy and other retails are included in the community serving retail. Services include family entertainment venue, bank, gym, health club, exercise studio, hair care, laundry, dry cleaner, restaurant, cafe and dining spaces, excluding those who only drive-through services. So these are included in the service category. Civic and community facilities include a large number of use types, which include adult or senior care, child care, community or recreation center, cultural art facility, which include museum, performing arts, educational facilities, government offices, medical clinics, or offices that treat patients, place for worship, police or fire station, post office, public library, public park, social service center. Then the community anchor uses, which category is only for this category is only for the building design, construction and interior design and construction only. So this include commercial offices, which include 100 or more full-time equivalent jobs, housing, which should be more than 100 dwelling units. Coming to the next credit, it is access to quality transit, and it has a possible of 5 points. The intent is to encourage development in locations shown to have multimodal transportation choices or otherwise reduce motor vehicle use, thereby reducing greenhouse gas emissions, air pollution and other environmental and public health harms associated with motor vehicle use. In order to achieve this credit, there are certain requirements. It include locate any functional entry of the project within a quarter mile, that is 400 meters, walking distance of the existing or planned bus or streetcar or informal transit stops, or within a half mile, that is 800 meters, walking distance of an existing or planned bus rapid transit stop, light or heavy rail station, commuter rail station or ferry terminal. Well, in the previous slide, we have seen that there is a minimum walkable distance required from the entry of the project to the transit stops and station to qualify the project. So same as here, to qualify a transit stop or station by LEED, there should be a minimum criteria in terms of weekday trips and weekend trips. So here table 1 and table 2 shows the requirement for LEED to qualify the transit stops and stations. Table 1 shows the minimum daily transit services for projects with multiple transit type, which include bus, streetcar, rail or ferry. Table 2 shows the minimum daily transit services for project with commuter rail or ferry service only. Let's look onto the table. We have weekday trips, weekend trips, then points for building design and construction except core and shell and points for interior design and construction. To get point 1 under the building design construction except the core and shell, the project have or the nearby transit stop or station have to achieve weekday trip 72 and weekend trip 40. So this is how the table reads. So it is same as in the table 2 also. Here we have weekday trips and weekend trips and points. There is no further classification on the building design, construction or any other adaptation. Some other requirements are also there. Both weekly and weekend trips minimum must be met. Qualifying transit route must have paired route services, that is, services in opposite directions are required. For each qualifying transit route, only trips in one direction are counted towards the threshold. So if the if a same vehicle travels in one direction, I mean a bus travels in one direction and then it returns, it won't counted as two, it only counted as one time. Then, if a qualifying transit route have multiple stops within the required walking distance, only trips from one stop are counted towards the threshold. So, if there are 3 or 2 or like more than one stops in the walkable distance, only trips from one stop is counted. That's the end of today's lecture. We will cover the remaining credits in this category tomorrow. Until then, goodbye. If you enjoyed the content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.